Okay, today we will discuss about project management, software project management. Okay, it is not PMP. Okay, we will include PMP also in the questions, but here we will discuss only software project management, right? And we will focus on teaching, okay, not application. We will not use any tool like MS Project, Primavera, or GitHub, or some component model, or some use case, okay, Bugzilla. We will not use that, okay. So what is software project management? Okay, software project management is the difference between accuracy and precision in complex situations due to many domains. Okay, so there is difference. This is difference between accuracy and precision. The difference between accuracy and precision in complex situations are very complex, because software is adaptable. Software can do anything. Okay, so can do anything means you have knowledge, you should have knowledge of all domains, and no one has enough knowledge of all the domains, okay, or can afford to have a knowledge. If you have like big data center, or if you are Google, then you can say that, okay, or some Amazon, then you can say that you can afford, but 99% companies, they cannot afford all kinds of data, all domains. This is difficult, right? So project manager should concentrate on accuracy, differentiate the accuracy and precision. Okay, the result should be precise, the result should be accurate inputs, precise outputs. Okay, so then we have training and development. Training means there is application of the knowledge, and when we say that teaching, student will do the application. Principles are taught by the teacher, and student will do the application using those principles. Okay, and principles are not followed mostly. Okay, you cannot follow all the scientific principles because they are very much costly, because scientists have to produce 100% accurate output, but engineering phase is engineers apply that knowledge, so they cannot afford to apply everything. Okay, so this is applied knowledge. Then we have process improvement. Process improvement is, you can say, quality software for markets by improving it to 2, 3, 10, 20 times. Okay, so if you want to provide quality software for the markets, and you have to improve as a project manager to 10 to 20 times. You do have to improve the performance by improve the process performance by 10 to 20 times. Okay, so software can do anything. Software is very flexible, and it is also unpredictable. Okay, unpredictable means you cannot plan and control everything. Okay, so you can program anything, but you cannot control anything. You cannot plan everything. Plan for every domain. Okay. So this is some best case and worst case. Then we have traditional and modern process differences. Okay. In the traditional process, there are issues like we have late design breakage. Okay. Late design breakage, and we use modern processes. We use continuous integration in the modern processes. Continuous integration means we demonstrate the product version in architecture first approach. Okay, and integration and fixes at later stage are avoided. Okay, so we have different expenditures. We have if we say that management expenditure 5% in conventional and 10% in modern. We have environment is 5% in traditional and 10% in modern. Okay, we have requirements are 5% and 10%. Then we have design. After this, design, and design is 10% and 15% in the modern. And then we can say implementation has 30% in the traditional and 25% in modern. And we have assessment is 40% in traditional and 25% in the modern. And then we have, after assessment, we assess and we deploy, and the deployment is 5% expenses and 5%, we can say that 5% in. So deployment is same, right? We have to change everything, management, environment, requirements, implementation, design, assessment, in the modern processes. Okay. And second problem with the traditional process is requirements driven. You can say late risk resolution. Second is because these are also requirements driven, but and there are functional decomposition. So late risk resolution in modern processes, we have early risk resolution. Okay, we solve by early risk resolution. Conventional processes do easy task first to show progress. Modern processes does top 20% requirements, use cases, components and risk first to show the progress. Okay. Then if we say requirements driven or decomposition, then it is solved by evolutionary requirements. Okay. Evolutionary requirement means we have in the conventional approach, we have system requirement, subsystem requirement, we have component requirement, and then we have unit requirement. But in the modern process, we have commercial components. We use commercial components, legacy components, and we have artificial intelligence and OOP. We have distributed resources, so method cannot be traced. Okay, it is basically relationship between requirement statements and design elements. So relationship may be one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. So in the modern, it is difficult to trace the requirements, and in the requirements driven, we have functional decomposition, we have easy traceability. Okay, because of easy task first. Then we avoid the stakeholder relationship. Okay, stakeholder relationship, and in modern processes we use teamwork among stakeholders. There is a mutual distrust in conventional processes. We have incremental iterations to satisfy customer. Both customer and software company has experience of communication on daily or weekly basis. So customer is satisfied. So customer satisfaction is the main thing. Okay. There is mistrust in the conventional process, and in the conventional process we have documents, meetings, briefings. Okay, but in the modern development, we have no such documentation. QA has document, software quality assurance has document, but we do not waste time on meetings. Okay, long meetings and everyday meetings. Okay, so we now see what is waterfall model. Okay, waterfall model is we have system requirements, we have software requirements, we have after that analysis, program design, coding, testing, operations. Okay, so system requirements and then software requirement starts. Software requirement is just like waterfalls. Okay, so software requirements and then analysis start. After that, program design. So every stage is complete. We have to complete it, and we can improve it by introducing some stages in design, requirements, analysis, coding and testing. We can include plan, control and monitor requirements, plan, control and monitor design, plan, control and monitor analysis, plan, control and monitor coding, plan, control and monitor testing, plan, control and monitor operations. So this is customer oriented. This model is improvement. Modern processes are customer oriented. Okay, more customer oriented. Then we have design operation. Design operation, we should have have mini version of the main version. Okay, in a smaller time and taking less effort. It will be customer oriented, and we provide second version. In the first version, we have enough time to model the outputs, because we have competent team, and they can find the alternatives. Okay, and there are less errors. Okay. So what are the disadvantages of waterfall? Waterfall means meetings, briefings, code meetings, coding, implementation means this is disadvantage. We waste time, right? And also we have efficiency and schedule pressure. We have heavy budget. We have non-optimal fixes. We have no redesign time. Okay, so we have due to this we have our product delivery is late, product is not maintainable, we have no maintainable components, and we have many problems, right? So if we say that these are the problems and these are solved by modern processes, then we have project expenses. Project expenses are, for the requirements it is 5%. For the design it is 10%. For the code and test it is 30%. Okay. For integration we have 40%. Okay. And for the deployment 5%. For environment we have 5%, and for management we have 5%. Okay, so 40% on integration and test, right? Then we have risk management and waterfall. So risk is high in the requirement stage because it is exploration stage. Okay, and in the coding and design and coding, risk is less because it is elaboration phase, and in the resolution phase we resolve the risk, and risk is low. Okay, so we have risk exploration, we have more understanding, then elaborate it, we have more understanding, then we resolve it, then we have in the testing phase we have proper controls, because now we have understood the system, so risk is the lowest. Okay, and basically we have requirements. For example, requirement 1 has component 1, and component 1 has function 1. Okay, now requirement 2 component 1 function 1, requirement 3 component 1 component 2 component 3 function 1 function 2 function 3. This is how we develop the components. Okay, then we have 80-20 rules. 80-20 rule means 80% of the cost is used by 20% of components. Okay, 80% of cost is used by 20% of components, and 80% of errors are resulted due to 20% of components, and 80% of engineering is created by 20% of tools, and 80% progress is made by 20% of people. So this is 80-20 rule. There are many other rules. For different phases there are 80-20 rule. This is a rule, right? That 80% and 20%. So we should concentrate on this. Then we have change management. What is change management? Change management, we have software change order form where we have description like name, etc., and we have metrics, we have resolution, fields for the resolution, we have fields for the assessment, we have space for the disposition. Okay, so there is a change order form also, and also we have infrastructure. What is infrastructure? Infrastructure is combination of policies, combination of environmental standards. Okay, so what are policies? Activities, milestones, checkpoints, standards. And what is environment in the infrastructure? Standard tools. We should use standard tools. We should use standard notations like UML. We should use standard templates. We should use stakeholder templates, stakeholders, and we and company and the client should use same online tools, same acceptance criteria. This is infrastructure, right? Then we have economies of scale. Economies of scale, we have R&D to find complex unknowns to produce a product. Okay, and from 1980 to 2000 the projects were research oriented. Okay, and now 2000 to 2020 it is more production oriented and architecture first approach, right? Now we have cost model. Cost model, basically it is a function of 5 parameters: people, process, environment, quality, and size. Okay, people, process, quality, environment, and size. Okay, and in the cost model, size means component size, line of code, kilo line of code, KLOC, LOC, number of instructions, and process means we have to remove the wrong activities. Okay, means activities waste the time. For example, rework, for example, political delays, for example, communication overhead. Okay, and we have then we have in the cost model people. People means people have skilled people. We should hire skilled people having experience and applicable knowledge for at least one complete domain, right? For the expert system, we should have complete knowledge of one domain. Okay. Then we have environment. We use tools and techniques to produce automated and efficient software product. Okay, and software process. Okay, environment means software process. We use automated tools and technologies, right? And then we have quality. Quality means features, reliability. It means we have performance. So we have basically effort. Effort is equal to people multiplied by quality multiplied by environment multiplied by size raised to the power component. Okay. Now we see the COCOMO model. There are different models, but we will discuss the COCOMO model. In the COCOMO model, we have different modes and features. Features are like schedule, cost and quality, and these are used for the process improvement, for the management approaches, for technology, new technology, for architectural changes. And there are three modes. We have embedded mode, we have organic mode, we have semi-detailed, where we use organic and embedded both. Organic mode is used in in-house, and embedded is used in complex situations or real-time situations like in the defense projects. And semi-detailed is a combination of this. Okay. Then organic mode, we have effort is equal to 3.2, EAF size 1.05, and time is 2.5, effort 0.38. For semi-detailed, effort is 3 EAF. EAF is basically time, schedule, tool, language, and these are features, some characteristics. And size is line of code and kilo line of code. And we power to the power 1.112, and then time is 2.5, effort power 3.5, 0.35. Then in the embedded, we have effort 2.8. This is the formula for the embedded. And if we have line of code 100,000 and effort is 972 months, then time is 2.5 years. Effort can be calculated using this formula. Okay, 2.8, 900 for the development, 900 months for the development, and 72 months for the planning and requirements, total 972 months. And time is calculated, we input the 900 power 0.32, and we have 22 for the development and 8 months for the requirements. Okay, so total is 30 months. Then modern cost estimation. In the modern cost estimation, we have features F, qualities Q, life cycle saving F, risk R, schedule S, and we have left C is cost. Okay, and we use this formula to calculate the value: F plus Q plus L over R plus S plus C. Okay, this is ordinary formula, right? So what is, we will see how to improve we improve the modern cause. We have engineering and production. So there are two departments now in the modern cost processes. Modern cost processes, there are two departments, engineering and production. They are separate. Okay, they are separate departments to produce accuracy and precision. The definition of software project management. Okay, software project planning. And also we use UML to design. So now we can automate and track units. Okay, we have MS Project. We define tasks, we set the calendar, then we set the task time, we allocate the resources, then we build the WBS, and we apply the scheduling technique methods, and we view network diagrams, critical path, and the progress on a bar chart form. This is the application of one tool. We use GitHub, we use Bugzilla, we use Visual Studio, we use different integrated development environments. So for the different stages, we have different kinds of modern tools. Okay. So now iterative development, we have engineering phase, risk management phase, consistency, okay, and project managers focus on return on investment. Okay, we have different iterations to produce components, different releases. We have different releases of the components, releases of the products as a combination of components. Like we have Java packages, Java components. We have Angular, we have React for the front end and back end design, Laravel in the web projects. We have Java in the embedded system, mobile systems. We have Java in everywhere. For artificial intelligence, we make components in Django, in Python, Django Python, okay? Or we can produce the results using Seaborn with 3 to 4 lines of code. We can predict the output and see the next result, right? So there is, for artificial intelligence, we can use Python, right? So project manager rely on return on investment, okay? Then in the conventional, there is a difference between the tools. In the conventional, we have off-the-shelf tools, and those tools are separate. And size is 30% components and 70% custom. And our processes are repeatable. Okay, in the conventional development. And the modern development, we have off-the-shelf but integrated development environments. Integrated, everything is integrated. And for the size, we have 70%, our 70% expenses on components and 30% on custom coding. So custom coding means more control. We have to do some control mechanism, right? So that is 30%. In the conventional, we have 70% for the custom development. And our processes are managed, optimized in the CMM. We will discuss CMM. Then we will see goals of cost model. What are the goals of cost model? First and foremost is better use of environments, okay, for the code reuse. Better use of environments for the code reuse. We have to use modern languages, Python, Java. We should use cases, okay, case tools for the different stages, computer-aided software engineering. We should have a common vocabulary for the developers and end users for common understanding. We should have common culture, so communication, and we should have same outputs, okay, same outputs. Then there is continuous integration, where we have we can find the solution of the errors, we can find the risks, and we have architectural advantages where we have due to object-oriented separation of concern, there is no concern that there are separate teams for the design, for the coding, for the testing. There are separate designs, and we produce the result, and weekly, daily result, and contact with the customer and show the progress daily, weekly, right, and monthly, right. So then we have system. Okay, our goal is system goals. What are system goals? System goal is basically object oriented modeling and incremental SDLC. Okay, and architecture first approach, and we have system is combination of characteristics. Okay, then we have another goal. Our components should be reusability. In the object oriented we have reusability, so our components should be reusable. Okay, because we have to provide the support, because we have to produce quality product, because we have to reduce the license cost, because we have to we want hardware and software independence, like virtual machines in Java virtual machine. We have Python for Python platform independence, and we have rich functionality, rich set of functionalities. Okay, we have global customers. Okay, and then another goal is how to improve the process. So process, basically processes are meta processes, macro processes, and microprocesses. Okay, so microprocess is 1 to 6 months, macro process is 1 to maybe many years, and meta process is 6 to 10 months. Okay, so meta process is business oriented, micro process is functional. Okay, quality and functions, we consider quality and function, and in the macro we have schedule, cost. Okay, so it is basically policies, procedures, and practices. Process is policies, procedures, and practices. So meta process, micro process, and these are what? Policies, procedures, and to produce the right return on investment. Okay, we focus on the results more, right? Then team building. It is the duty of the project manager to make the team. So what are the skills of the project manager? Project manager, first of all, he should be very good at customer dealing. Okay, then hiring skills, then team building skills, then decision making skills, and very important, selling skills. Okay, so what project manager does? Project managers do business cases, vision documents, plans, WPS, assessments, requirement sets, and focuses on basically inception, elaboration, construction, and transition. These are the phases, right? And then for the teams, we have there is no competition for positions. Okay, we focus on team results, right? So an ordinary team can produce, if your management is good, then an ordinary team can produce good result. But you have too many skilled workers and you have poor management, they cannot produce good results. And second is architecture. Ordinary team, good architecture means ordinary team can produce the good results, and you have combination of experts, but poor architecture, not well structured architecture, right? So they cannot produce the result. And the team, when we hire the team, we should consider the talent first. Then we have job descriptions, job matching, we have career progression, we have also in the teams we have to remove misfits. Okay, because of misfit, maybe there is some dissatisfaction to the customer, and it results in breakage, project breakage. Okay, agreement breakage. So basically we focus on architecture. What is architecture? Architecture is basically description, requirements, design and releases, and we use case tools, use cases, models, different models and different demonstrations. So this is used for technical risk resolution, right? So architecture team is technical risk resolution team. Okay, they use case tools, they have requirements, they have to release. Okay, there are different releases. Then we have automation. We have automated tools for all the stages, automated testing stages, automated coding. Automated coding means there is intelligence, there are too much code already written for us, and we write only 3 to 4 lines or 10 to 20 lines to produce maybe 20 or 30,000 lines of code. Okay, so there are integrated development environments. So we focus on requirement management, we focus on planning tools, we have visual modeling tools, we have UI tools, we have IDE tools, we have quality assurance tools, and we use iterative development and round trip engineering, right? So for the automation, we have requirement is 40% of SDLC cost. Okay, design is 50% of resources, and coding is 50% of effort. 50% effort. Okay, so testing is 50% project resources on the testing, and 25% resources on configuration, and 30% budget on management. Okay, then we have quality. Quality is a combination of reviews, some inspections. Okay, so we have visual modeling, where we have abstraction, we have control, we have to reuse, we have polymorphism, we have to use reusability, right? We reuse the component, reuse the code. We have fully compliant product IDs. Okay, we have balanced product. Okay, and for the reviews we use analysis and prototyping. We have initial design review, we have midlife design review, we have inspections, we have integration reviews, we have test reviews. Okay, and we use lessons learned in use cases to improve the use cases, to improve the implementation, to improve the plans, to improve our models. Okay, then we have iterative architecture, we have technology components, technical components. Okay, we have control change management, we have modern tools for round trip engineering. We have to satisfy the end user, satisfy the customer. Okay, we have to differentiate between actual and planned expenses. Okay, and then we have CMM. CMM is basically quality capability maturity model, how much an organization is capable to do anything. Okay, so maintenance productivity over development productivity. Okay, effort is defects plus effort on defects, and effort on improvement is some constant. Okay, so in the CMM we have different levels. One is level 1 to 5. One is initial, second is repeatable, third is defined, fourth is managed, and fifth is optimized. Okay, so in the level 1 we cannot predict the results. Company cannot produce the same output with the same resources. In the repeatable, company can produce same output with the same resources, same output again with the same resources. We have defined means we improve our processes continuously, continuous improvement. We improve some dimension. Okay, for example, we have cost. Okay, so it is managed, and for the optimized, this is level 5. Very less companies are level 5 companies. We have improvements in all dimensions. Okay, then we have to measure the progress. How much river? What is the backlog? Okay, what is the scrap ratio? What is maintainable code? Okay, what are the trends? What are the components? Our components are adaptable. What are the modularity? Okay, so this is we use this. We use here effort defects, and effort improve is equal to constant. Okay, so there are goals of quality assurance. This 16 goals of quality assurance. Goals of quality assurance are, first of all, subcontractor selection. We should document subcontractor selection. We should have trained people in the respective areas. We should have agreements. We should document the agreements, project policies, project resources, and we should document the estimates. We should document the milestones, review activities, planned results. Okay, so and also we have to document the cost schedule and measurements. We have to document all audits. Okay, we have to document organizational software processes. We have to document almost all the activities. Okay, and the last thing is sponsor should be happy. Okay, in the training activities, sponsor should be happy. We should concentrate on the sponsor, right? If sponsor is happy, your project is a success. Then we have different areas. We have risk management. We have iterative development, architecture first approach. We have automated tools. We use automated tools. We have accountability procedures, documented accountability procedure from the personnel, because we have to produce the output on the daily basis to the customer. Okay, so accountability is a must thing. Then we have our economy is integrated, economics is integrated, right? Now we have this. I think it's enough, and we should close this. We have discussed almost 70 to 20 points, different points about important points. This is about 10% of total software management where we do in software houses. Okay, for the exam and free certificate, you have 100 questions in exams. All must be solved, and send the name, father name, date of birth to support@utusread.com to get the free certificate. Okay, now we will have videos. Subscribe the channel to get the videos. Videos for every stage will be elaborated in the videos. Okay, with the case studies. Okay, with the case study approach. And for the certificate, you have to submit final report. Okay, on the basis of the questions, the solutions, right? Okay, we should close this now. Okay, thank you very much.